it looks different. Our vertex now, it's not the origin, it's 1, 0. And we have our focus 4, 0. I think this is one of the problems I assigned yesterday. So my vertex is 1, 0. So it's right over here. So it's 1, 0. And then my focus point is going to be 4, 0. So again, right over here, we see that our focus is telling me where, in what direction my parabola is going to go. So it's going to turn to the right. It's left or right, and particularly the right. And the vertex form I want to use is this one right over here. So let's rewrite it. And now that we have our form, I can start filling things in. Now my vertex, it's always going to be that form HK. So y, instead of saying y minus 0 because it's the first one there, instead of saying y minus 1 because it's the first one there, I'm actually going to say this. All right? And the same thing over here, my h is the first one there. And it's going to be the same idea. I just need to count how many spaces from my vertex to my focus. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. My p is going to equal 3. So I'm changing the p right over here to be that positive 3. And I can go ahead and simplify. So this one, it would just be y squared is equal to 12x minus 1. And I still want to isolate this x variable, right? So let me just write it over here. Here, I just want to divide 12 on both sides. This cancels out, and I have 1 over 12 y squared is equal to x minus 1. And now I need to add 1 on both sides to use my inverse properties. This cancels out, and my new equation is 1/12 y squared plus 1 is equal to x. And that's my equation. Let's do another one. Let's do this one right over here. So for this one, I have my focus at, this one's kind of tricky because I have my focus and have my directrix. There's no vertex right over here. So let's plot the points. You have this 3, 0, and then I have a negative 3. That's my directrix. So with this one over here, to find my vertex, your vertex is going to lie right in the middle between the focus and the directrix. That's because it's the same amount of distance between the vertex and focus, and the same distance from the vertex to the directrix. All right, so if I just want to find whatever is in the middle, I'm going to count the spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 spaces. And I want to find half of 6. So that's 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so my vertex is at the origin right over here. And because my focus is on this side, again, it's facing the right side. So over here, I'm going to use this equation because this is the vertex form of a graph that's facing to the sideways, to the right or sideways. And because my vertex, I found it, is 0, 0, I'm going to replace all of it. And I just need to count the number of spaces to find P. So it's like 1, 2, 3. Your P is 3. 4 times 3. And we can just go ahead and simplify it. We simplified it. Now we're isolating it. Okay, and that's our equation. All right, so we've seen, so these are 3 different variations of the similar problem. Let's look at, but you might be thinking, oh, miss, all these graphs, they look the same. They're all facing sideways. What about graphs that are facing like up and down, right? Okay. So let's just try to change the focus and directions we're working with. So let's say my focus, it was 0, 0, and my directrix, it was whoops, that's not a point. It's not supposed to be a point. It's a line. My directrix, it's going to be y is equal to -6. So let's draw that. This is y is equal to -6, and my focus is right there. All right, it's going to be the same idea again. I have to find out what's the midpoint between these two. So let's count it. Count the spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Half of 6 again. Okay, that's 3. So 1, 2, 3. My vertex is going to be over here. All right. So this point, this is, let's see, what point is this? -3, no, 0, -3. And it's facing, so wherever my focus is, it's above it, it's going to face up. So whatever my parabola is, it's facing up. All right. And now my P, it's the number of spaces from vertex and focus. 1, 2, 3. So my P is going to be a 3. All right, so because my parabola looks like this, it's opening up, I need to use this equation. X minus h squared is equal to 4p y minus k. And I just need to go ahead and replace everything. X minus, okay, so this is my h, that's my k. H minus 0 squared is equal to 4. My p is 3. And then here my k is negative 3. So y minus negative k. Oh, wait, no, negative 3. So this one would just be x squared is equal to 12 y plus 3, because you have a minus negative. And then we can go ahead and start isolating this y over here. So I'm going to divide both sides by 12. 1/12 x squared is equal to y plus 3. Subtract 3 on both sides. And your equation should look like 1/12 x squared minus 3 is equal to y. And that's your new equation.